Hello, everyone. Hello, In. Hello, Leviathan. Hello, Maxine. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate you all being here. Just finishing up the setup process. I have to tweet and skeet, as the kids say. And then we'll be good to go. Start on down to Art Town. And coffee. The water will be finished boiling soon, I think. I am going to try and do some art inspired by a game I played on stream called Will You Be Painting That for Sona? Not tonight. Not tonight. Not even sure where I would begin with that, if I'm honest. But Tales of Kenzira, Zhao. I was thinking about it the other day, and I thought I could do very striking, sort of abstract piece with it that would be better fitted of my skills. Let's see. Thank you, moderator. One done. Whew. Auxiliary fan, if you please, moderator. Thank you. It's not what I want. It's not what I want. That's what I want. Okay. I think they have a presence on Blue Sky, so. Alright. Let's see. Yeah. We have. Take a look over here first. Let's get rid of the starting soon, because here we are. We're ready to go. Ready to show. Ready to paint. Take a look down here at Lo-Fi. Do we have our fella yet? See, I usually use Lo-Fi sessions as a background for this. Because it's good, we can switch back and forth between it. Okay, so that's still cooking. You can see the thing over here moving. It means we're summoning a spirit. So we'll wait for that spirit to appear. In the meanwhile, let's start on painting. Let's see the dark color back. Some kind of kill. Nah, just no. Thank you. Thank you, Mother. Smooth pebble. It's good that I got more black. I'm gonna use fresh pavement. That's our new boy on the block. Let's take a look at our brushes here. Okay. Look at our brushes here. I think this guy's probably about done. I'll have to replace him soon. It would set it like, yeah, there's fine. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Got a little caddy. A little caddy for all my paints. They have a place to live now. It's a little loud on stream. All right, fam, give me a moment. Let me turn that down for you. How's that for you? Give me an update when you can. Oh, I need my cardboard. How very silly of me. Knew I forgot something. Oh. And a little bit more? Okay. One moment. Here. Tell me what you think of that. Turn it up a little bit on my end. Okay. We're in between songs at the moment. Don't worry about it. Trust me, I understand the concept of sensory overload. I get that quite a bit myself. Alright. It's important often as a streamer to know where the music and sound levels are at. So, as long as you're like, as long as you're not like screaming at somebody, nobody cares. Like, I mean, they do care, but in the positive sense. Streamers want to know this stuff. It's important. All right. It's part of the program. Here, I'll flip back over for a second before I get started. So with lo-fi sessions, make it a little bigger again. You can pick a number of sounds. So you can have smooth rain, or cozy fireplace, soft vinyl, thunderstorms, soothing wind, night forest, which is like crickets and stuff. You can also have sizzling for reasons. I'm sure that's somebody's brainworm food. Keyboard tapping, birds singing, and then they literally just have white, pink, and brown noise. Also, if you prefer just the unabashed like noises. So it's got a few options in there that are just like the rain is the loud thing. Okay, hang on. You turn that back up, and then you ratchet that down just a bit for you. All right, what do you think? Better? Yeah, it is nice that they gave each slider, each noise its own slider, rather. Very good. Whoop! I'm just gonna throw that on the floor. I don't really need this. Leave it to the side. That is very black. Holy moly, that's black. Everything I can off of the seal here. Okay. There. Is the game still big? It sure is. Alright, I'll just get some paint on my mouse. There we go. No, it's fine. I don't think this mouse is much longer for this world anyway. Leviathan's on top of it too. Okay. Okay. There was some black. So, Tales of Kenzira was a game that was primarily meant to be played in Swahili. So it was the, I guess, attempt at a traditional tale of people who are native speakers of Swahili. The voice actors did an amazing job. And really felt like they brought me into the story. I could feel the emotion even if I didn't understand what they were saying without subtitles. You should go over that. Rhythm cannons. You know, if you made that suggestion, they might be about it. That is a very dark color. You can see a lot of potential from this. Keep sliding everywhere. You don't usually do that. Why are you doing that today? You're putting a line in. How you doing tonight, Leviathan? Expecting a call from your friend this evening, I assume? That seems to be the tradition. Oh. There we go. There we go. That's the stuff. That's what we like to see. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. Absolutely glad to hear it. A hell of a year. Always glad to hear people feeling good. Did you decide? Hope you're doing well tonight, Maxine. Always nice to see you. Thanks for always coming out and supporting. I know you're probably in and out because you're busy working. And I hope your work in the background goes well as well. Appreciate the lurky loo. Once I have this thing all blackened, I'll be able to go back to lo-fi and fart around in there a little bit. A little bit more. Now you're probably wondering, I said this before, but you're probably wondering, like, why don't they buy black canvases? Because black canvases are stupid expensive and paint is not. Black canvas is in fact pretty pricey. Because they don't just paint it black, they like treat it or something. Special process. Sponge Buddy, you're getting to the point where you're picking up more than you're putting down. You need to, like, do your job as a sponge. Sponge. Need to switch playlists, but I like this particular song. Oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to read it on that tiny screen. Springtime Awakening. Me, like upbeat music and low lighting. Here we go. Last of it. Kill you. There we go. Alright, now we gotta wait for it to dry. Before I can paint over it. See how we feel about this shade of black once we're done. Or if we need to apply something else. Let's make lo-fi big again. Let's take a look here. We discovered a fella yet? Not yet. But we're on the right track. Move you guys over here. Let's just see. Here you are. Good to see you. I like this trans Saturn in the background here. That's nice. Oh, this makes me want boba. Desperately. Desperately. No boba at this time of night, though. Oh. There we go. Got some tickets. Means I can maybe afford some new stuff. Got for clothing. I'll be able to see what it looks like before I put it on yet. I think if you channel that much Bob Ross energy, you could build a cabin. Wish I could preview these. Oh, I don't like that at all. No, no, no. Certainly better. Change up our whole ensemble. It's something I might wear. Or sleeveless numbers. That's usually what I'm wearing around the house. Just paint cabin? Like paint like a cabin, like the outside of the cabin, the inside of the cabin, or like a picture of a cabin? Yeah, it looks about like it. No squirt? No squirts. We got longy pant, shorty pant, short, but no squirt. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, looks like we've discovered the fella. You can paint just a picture of the cabin? Okay. Oddly specific. There they are, the fella. Alright. Inkster. When an author finishes their 1000th story, it is said that the inkster comes into existence. Inksters are mischievous tricksters by nature, loving a good prank. Splotches, typos, missing pronunciation are an inkster's favorite tricks to play on an unsuspecting author. But not to worry. Changes always revert back, so the damage is never permanent. It is rumored that the companion, Inkster, can help ease writer's block. I wish that were true. I don't think it's helped me write a single thing, and I keep getting distracted by its adorable smile. Alright then. Take a look at our new fella. And some color choices. Well, we gotta get green. Oh, I don't have enough points. Well, we'll stick with the regular one for now. Just a little guy. It's just a little fella. Just a little dude. Move my fan over here. There we go. Not blasting the microphone. All right. Let's make lo-fi small again. Ooh, let's readjust. There we go. Just swig of coffee. Coffee, the thinking juice. Perfect soup. Okay. I need to think carefully about my next move. What do I want to do exactly? I want their face here. I want any iconography in the picture, maybe over here. You can kind of see this line in my mind. What I want their face to look like. Thinking this fella might be. Thinking that maybe not rough. There's paint in this from this attempt. Not sure. What else have we got? What have we got in our cup of tricks? This feathery guy. This stiff fella here. And let's do it in there. Actually, one. Your favorite minute of the day? What's your favorite minute of the day? Bust out this guy. Yeah, I think I will. I think I will bust out this guy. Vegetable paintbrush. Favorite minute of the day. I don't know why I said that in an Overwatch announcer voice. 727? Like the aeroplane? Okay. What interview did I get? Snowy Orchid. Right. I did already have one of these. It was not Snowy Orchid. Snowy Orchid is new. Ultraviolet? Do have. I think I want. It's so hard to pick. I think I'll start with Ultraviolet. I believe there's a 727 that's an airplane. That's the model designation. Now that I've said that, let me double check. .737 is a plane. Boeing 727 was a plane. It was the predecessor to the 737. Yeah. Oos. Ohio State University? That one? Okay. See if we can bring you to life. Oh, the rhythm game. Okay. Oh. Huh. Yo, what is happening here? These two paints are not playing nice together. Gotcha. I'd layer them a little bit, they play together more. Trying to imagine his face. Brush's fault or the paint's fault? You know, it's interesting, after changing my character's gender in STO, she's running into the very real life problem of not having a lot of good lady clothes after transition. I'm like, oh, that's a real situation. art imitates life, it seems. Drawing very subtle. That may or may not be a good thing. Find out. We need a little more over here to show some definition. This paint is going everywhere but onto the canvas too. Not super helpful paint. Vague shape I can work within. Side. Very small brush in here. Color looks good. Go back over the purple to something else, because the violet, not super ultra, or violet for that matter. What that's about. It's the black I'm using for whatever reason is causing a problem. Brush seasoned up. Gave me an idea. The other eyebrow a little fuller. The other eyelid. Uncertain. I'll have to look up what color his eyes are. Eyes are kind of a brownish. kind of yellow. Maybe not. Definitely gonna have to go back and be more full here. Do a little line of that. You're the new purple. Old purple. Let's see if you two are playing that. Very striking. That new color. Had more than 2 eyes. You know, it's been tempting to come up with a whatchamacallit, Imogen persona, just because, like, theoretically I could use that and like visit conventions again, because I would be fully masked, because I still fully mask out in everyday life. COVID is still a very big problem here in Florida. Many people are still not vaccinated, unfortunately. And you know, with a Primogen helmet, like, I can just fucking hermetically seal the thing, you know? Gosh, that purple's sure looks good, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, guys, huh? Sounds like they're a real looker. But I am thinking of Protogen. I think it's both. I think they're both terms for that. I looked it up once, but it was a while ago. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It's very possible I am. Let's give your cheeks a little definition. Just a bit though. That's too much shit. It would be cool. And put a little more black. Remove some definition. Even I bet I could commission somebody who does that stuff if I had the moolah. I could commission somebody who does furry stuff, like suits and such, to make me a mask that was also a mask. A mask, if you will. A little red, I think. New purple's good, though. High ground. Coming to help? Coming to help me out, huh? Whoa, whoa! Oh, red. You got so excited. You just couldn't hide it. Okay, well, we'll just use the red we have. Fine. He's okay. Just exploring, much like I am. Oh, yes. Like this. I have the idea that I'm kind of like having one eye be the moon mask and the other eye be the sun mask. In the game, you use a moon and a sun mask for various powers you have. Kind of going down that road. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. I have all sorts of things on my fingers. See, can I click BRB without getting paint on everything? Okay, so there's paint on the pop filter now. Good. Give me one moment. There we go. Be right back. Did I get paint on the pop filter? Somehow I did not. Okay. There back. Okay, I've totally gotten paint on the mouse now. Shit. Other people aren't allowed to make Primogen OCs. Interesting. It kind of makes me want to do it anyway, because someone told me I couldn't. Because that's kind of how I work, but... Alright. A little red left on this, can we... Alright. Got the red down for the moment. Need some blue. Continue. I haven't opened you yet. Another small fellow. That will dry a little lighter. Oh, excuse me. Well, I'm not known for my meanness. I'm known for my kindness. So it would be off-brand for me to be. When I go to create my own, if I do so, I will consult them for as a show of respect. I'd have to mix something. This next one. Interesting that everybody just respects that and doesn't encroach upon it. much. They must have a lot of respect for that creator if they're willing to go to that length. And if you get paint in my coffee, that was very not good coffee, to say the least. Quite dry now. I need you a little bit darker. A little bit. A bit. Very interesting to have a sort of a carte blanche, an entire genre of furry. Very intriguing. Hmm. It's over. Really painting? I'm drawing. Not quite the same, but it'll do. Okay. I suppose that's fair. Fair and decent, especially considering the economy we're in. Plus, there's probably a sense of clout or prestige, you know, having an original. Oh, it's an original from you know who, the man himself, or the woman themselves, or the them themselves. Authentic, real prestige. Hmm. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Easy there, Cap. requiring a lot of concentration today. But I got it. You got it. At the halfway mark of the stream, I'd say. Take a moment to kind of stretch my limbs out. Whoop. With the Inkman. Ron Inkman. Okay, a little more silver on the eye. Covering up some of the that's better. You know, in playing that new Elden Ring DLC, a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, it's hard." To which people respond, "Well, yeah, it's Dark Souls. Of course, it's hard." And it's like, yeah, but yeah, like played Bloodborne, played Dark Souls 3, I played Elden Ring, and I played The Surge, and I played I'm sure there's another one in there. I played Liza P to some extent, and like there's difficult, like as in a challenge, and then there's like artificially difficult aspects of Bird Tree end up feeling a little artificial, like, you know, this enemy's doing tons of damage, like, you know, okay, but like, shouldn't like a big damage attack have like a big tell as well? I don't know. The mandatory bosses feel like they got a balance pass for later. I don't have any problem with them. Like, there's a boss later in the game. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who's not there yet. But their moves are easily read. Their combos are learnable. Their attacks are avoidable. They don't have anything that's like, oh, the entire ground is death. They create like a path of destruction, and you have a minute or two to get out of it. Well, not a minute, like a few seconds to get out of it before it engulfs you. Most of the other bosses do not give you such courtesies. Like, especially a lot of the optional fuckers. Some of the optional guys do. Like, other ones not so much. It feels very frustrating, because, you know, a build that works on one enemy may not necessarily work on another enemy. And changing your build drastically each time costs a lot of resources. That's a little better, I think. Okay. Get any more in there? I feel like some of the bosses could have used another balance, you know? And also, like, multiplayer especially feels exceptionally hampered in this expansion. Um, Bosses seem to typically have like 4 times the health in co-op. And it's like, whoa. Like, what? Why you do? Why you do this? I can't do that. See? I'm taking a very small break from playing it. I can cool down a little bit because it was getting my knickers in a mighty big twist. Before I start doing this, let me take a look at this man's face. That's right, he's got that sort of like mohawk almost going on. That's right. That's right. Got almost like a mohawk hair kind of going on. Okay. Yeah, that's why I couldn't get into the Resident Evil remakes, the more recent ones, Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. Yeah, just giving enemies more health, or the gravest of sin, just making the player take twice as much damage. Like that's something I see games do a lot on difficulty, is just make the player take way more damage. You know what's interesting is if you've never played it, it's unfortunately an Ubisoft title, so there's that, but it's Far Cry 2 has an interesting way it does difficulty settings. Like, increasing the difficulty in Far Cry 2 makes the game harder, makes the weapons more difficult to use, but that's kind of a part of the game anyway. But it also unlocks fast travel for you. You can only save at safe houses, but it unlocks fast travel at those safe houses also, and like a couple of other features. So like, in increasing the difficulty, they increase your tool set also, which is really interesting. Yeah, I don't know if any other game has done it since, but I think about that often when I think about difficulty, about how you increased my hurdles to get over, but you also gave me more tools to work with. Like, it's interesting. It was an interesting way to do things, especially for how long ago that was. is it you said you beat Hyper Light Drifter recently, wasn't it? The luxury of not having a lot of regulars, I can take the time to listen to and enjoy all of your likes. I am doing something wild with this man's hair, but you know what? I'm kind of into it. There's a second one coming, isn't there? A new hype. There's a hype. They announced that recently, I think, that there's a new Hyper Light coming. Oof. That sounds rough. That sounds rough. I don't know if I could do that. I actually kickstarted Hyper Light Drifter. Makes me think of the conversation I had with the devs early on, where I was like, they were asking the Kickstarter people, like, the game's going to run at 30 frames a second. Is that a problem? And I'm like, you have an action game where I'm expected to dodge things, like, to live. Yes. Yes, that will be a problem. And other people were like, no, it won't be a problem. And I was like, I'm telling you, it will be a problem. They went ahead with it. And when it released, people were critical of it because it was difficult to dodge things because the game apparently had not just frame rate locked at 30, but also it had some stuttering, apparently, if I recall correctly. And reviewers said that they wished that the game ran at a higher frame rate. The good news is they were able to patch it later to run at 60 frames a second, I believe. The two biggies I'm excited about right now are that Zelda game that's coming, where you actually play as Zelda. That one I'm excited about. And the possibility that Metroid Prime 4 actually exists, which is wild to consider, considering how long it was in development. That's good that you skipped over that part. I hear it's an amazing game now. Guess I could go back to it at some point. Nothing's stopping me from going back to it. Where's the lid? There's the lid. Had you not heard of that yet? Yeah, there's a Legend of Zelda game coming where you play as Zelda. And You can capture and recreate various objects to both use in puzzle solving and combat. It gave me some Dragon Quest Builder vibes, which, if you haven't played a Dragon Quest Builders 2, like a chef's kiss of a game. You're starting to dry out. That's no good. Dry out on me yet? Well, if I end up streaming it, you can always watch me play it a little bit and see if you like it from the looks of it. You might like Dragon Quest Builders more, because that's not top down technically. That's like it's 3D, but like it's like, you know, you can rotate around the character. What a great game that was. Doubt we'll get another one because the creator has left Square Enix, but one can dream. We'll probably get another open world Zelda sometime. But I think that they wanted to get away from open world for a little bit because of, like, exhaustion from that kind of game. So they'll go away for a little bit, probably, and then come back refreshed with new ideas, new thoughts on how to make those games work better, new ways to do events in those games. It'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be fresh and fun when they come back. I'm gonna let that dry for a moment. Arms almost at level 15. That might mean we can open up for a new fella. Let's see. Does it? I think I've played both. It plays a little differently. It's a lot more focused on story and completing building objectives for story. The way they kind of do it is you kind of have like a story chunk, and then you come back to the main area and you build based on what you learned in the story chunk. But which means it looks like What is that game? What was the French-born original Deep Miner? Click Miner? You know what I'm talking about. I forget what I'm talking about, but I know what I think I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Take a look at my hair options here. I just had a panic moment where I was like, oh god, is the BRB still up? It is not. I need to get my hair cut. And like, I'm half convinced I should just get a mohawk. Like two side shaves and a big mess of hair on top. Because it's hot as fuck out here. Like in the world, in the meat world. I'm just warm all the time. So it's tempting to just shave all of my hair off. And I might, I might do that. I think I might. Yo, I think I might do that, actually. Just like the whole side's like gone. Like this gone, right? And then keep the length. So I can be like, I'd be like a wild animal. In likes the idea, apparently. You know it's a hot idea when In comes back from the recesses of AFK. Yeah, I was here, let me show the image that inspired this thought. Let me see if I can find it. It was oh, you know what? It's on my phone. I'll look it up that way. I was playing Nioh 2 with my partner recently. Nioh 2 is an excellent example of a hard game that is not hard based on pure difficulty. Nioh 2 is like, it's like a fighting game level of skill in a game that's kind of like Dark Souls or Monster Hunter almost. Excellent game. Hard as shit, but excellent. Hang on a moment. Photos. I want to get back to that sometime, moderator, I promise. Oh, you know what? I could do that as a follow-up to the stream if I finish the picture early. I have that model I can put together. Yeah, Nioh 2. Oh, it's so good, though. Like, if you can get that combo string going, that dopamine hit is blistering. Okay, so this is my Nioh 2 character. So, like, this is what it made me think of. Like, this is what... Yeah, I know, right? Looks rad. I'm thinking I might keep the length. And maybe, like, a little lower, like a little closer to the ears, like halfway between where it is and the ears. I might do that. I might do that. And you know what? I'll be much cooler for it. In more than one way. Huh? Huh? Hang loose. Hang loose, kids. That's what the kids say, right? Radical? Okay. Pumpkin Rats enjoyed Dragon Quest Builders 2 a lot as well. And they actually, like, have story beats that, like, hit. Like, you feel things. It's amazing. Big recommend. But, I think I'm okay with the picture. I wanted it to be very abstract, and I think we've done that. I love his hair. I absolutely love what I've done with his hair. So, in conclusion, it's like the moon mask and the sun mask. And then he's kind of looking down because he's kind of sad. And then his amazing, like, weird tail hair is, like, just going nuts. So I'm kind of happy with this. Yo. That's an excellent place to pull inspiration from. You're stuck. Okay, you're good. Alright, I think this is done. I'll keep going a little bit longer, so I'll bust out a model kit. It's not, well, okay. I'm stretching the definition of model kit here. It's basically like something you set up and you're done, but I've been putting it off, so this is a good time to do it. I bet your hair looked rad in. I bet it did. So yeah, I think, you know what? I think that confirms it. I think I'll go ahead and do that. I'll let my my preferred hairdresser know that she's going to be shaving the shit out of me, shorn me like one of your favorite sheep. So yeah, this is the conclusion. It's extremely abstract, but I feel like I kind of captured some of it. I'm happy with it. I feel like there's something missing, but I shouldn't just add stuff to add stuff. I'm not sure what's missing, but overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to take a quick BRB. I'm going to take photos of this and share them around. And I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to put together that thing I mentioned. So give me one moment. Everybody, do a stretch, get a snack, whatever. I'll be back in a minute. Thank you so much for sticking around tonight. I really appreciate y'all. Hang on. You reached level 15, which means there's a new fella to try and get. Let me embiggen. Wait a minute. Okay, so literally the red that I use is called Cherry Jam. So, like, good choice. Thank you, moderator, for not allowing Chad to eat lead paint. No eating wall candy, okay? The big veto there. So, okay. Right then. Okay. Let's make this big for a moment. Okay. Take a look at the spirit index. What is this one like? I heard the spirit loves boba tea. It's a great pick-me-up when energy gets low from typing all day. Subtle. So let's go to activity. Let's go to typing. And it's going to be daytime, I guess. There we go. All right. You're not allowed to eat lead paint because lead paint causes brain damage. And trust me, these interesting times we live in are causing plenty enough brain damage for everyone. Okay. Oh. Okay. I've been putting off opening this bad boy up. Or bad girl? Bad girl. Definitely bad girl. So I picked up this on sale a while ago. Threatening the band hammer over lead paint. I picked up this bad girl a while ago. And I've been meaning to, like, assemble her, so... Ah, gargoyles. My bisexual awakening. So let's pop her open here. So, fairly feature full. Demona from the Gargoyles series, voiced by Maria Stratus. Can I get you open with just my fingernail? Let's find out. So, there's a lot to unpack there, Leviathan. First of all, pretty sure that's not how that works. Second of all, don't. Gargoyles was good. It was also like the Star Trek The Next Generation, like, refugee camp. Where, like, all of the people who were in Star Trek Next Generation ended up being voices on that show. Hey, take her out. Yep. Okay. Let's see here. What do we got? Let me see how much I can see here on camera. A little bigger. There we go. There we go. You out of here, Des. Take your cardboard to the side. Right, so what do we got here? We got some wingies. They've packaged this interestingly. Get you out of here. Then I want snips, I think. That's true. That's very true. Maybe they got some practice in by dubbing over when they were, like, on communicators and stuff, because they had to just talk into the air. Try to gently. Boy, these are in there. These are so in there. Why are you so in there? Why are you so in there? Do I have you? Do I have you now? I do have you now. Okay, so there's one. Okay. Are you not familiar with Gargoyles Leviathan? Might be before your time. There we go. 2 wings. Get rid of this very crinkly plastic. Okay. Yes, I'm going to need snips. One moment. Where am I? Oh, okay. It's true, it is on Disney Plus. I think some of it's on YouTube as well. I think they uploaded some of it to YouTube. Wasn't there a new one of those? Kind of like X-Men 97 recently? Where they kind of wrapped up the story a little bit? Come on, you. One. The show was one of those kid shows that was like more mature than it had any right to be. One of those kind of things. Definitely not the smartest way to do this, but it is the way I'm doing it. Now that I've said that about the gargoyles, let me look it up real quick. Oh. Oh. This was posted October of last year. Okay, so there's some murmurs about a live-action reboot. Not sure how I feel about that. That could be a problem. Must be very careful not to cut my own fingers off. That would make painting next Wednesday very difficult. Let's see. I see. That's how you work, huh? Okay. And I get her out of there. What's the best way to retrieve you, Demona? Gotta be. There we go. Okay. Loose. I feel like we're going through another period of people being obsessed with making live action remakes of things, and it's like you don't need to do that. I'm gonna do this off camera so I don't violate TOS. I gotta stick her tail in. You know where it's going. There we go. Okay. Looks like you can kind of bend her tail a little bit, which is nice. Got here for foot articulation. I don't know why you bothered. It's a little articulation. Okay. Yeah, that you make an excellent point. It's I don't know if you saw it, Maxine, but like that image of Samuel L. Jackson from Secret War, where like everything but him and his chair was CG. Even his gun was kind of CG. Like his gun like was just like a frame with nothing on it, and him just like they CG'd it. They CG'd him holding it like a full gun. Like what? What? Why? Just give him a cool gun. You know, I don't get it. I don't understand. All right. Get her wings in here. I mean, that's fair, I suppose, from that angle, at least. Why did you make this so... not? Why did you do this? I don't believe you've done this. Secret War was another one of those weird things as well, where I would absolutely believe it. Maxine works kind of in a would you say it's 3D or 3D adjacent field? You know, I kind of wish there was a version of this where it was like a cloak around her like she used to do in the show. I mean, Garfield and Friends is pretty great. Okay. The hell of a wingspan they've got on her. This is an immense wingspan on this lady. Does I need to make her crouch a little bit? So that we can actually like see her face. Gotta be careful that wing doesn't like point into my screen. Come on, Demona, work with me. I mean, I know you're not in the habit of being a team player, but you gotta work with me on this one. So stiff. She has so many points of articulation, but it's so very stiff. This wing will not stay up now, so that's great. Oh, no, that's not too bad. That's not too bad looking, honestly. Honestly, not too bad. Let's see. Got a lot of her traditional accessories here. We've got the Gromora. The Gromora Nakamura. She uses to cause all sorts of fucking trouble. You can actually open the book, which is nice. Yes. We've got the giant oversized laser that we always go like, where did she get that? Where did she get the giant oversized laser from? This thing, which I think is some kind of guided rocket launcher that she's used in the past. I'm going to need to get a little baggie for all of her bits and bobs. Then we have several hands. And if you're into that sort of thing, we also have an alternative face for her that you can put on that actually has like actual like moving flexible earrings in both of the heads. So that's interesting. I mean, probably that's usually where she gets her stuff, is from Xanatos. I mean, he is the kind of dude that, like, spent millions of dollars just to see if, like, he could break a curse, not knowing if it was going to work or not. Do what to do with you, Demona. My best position you for cool factor. Let's take a look. Let's see if the box has some ideas for you. Leans down for a moment. Let your hair down for a minute. Let your hair down. Don't get the stanky leg though. Nobody wants to see stanky leg Demona. What's the fabric made out of? Plastic? Yeah. Might have actually just had real fabric. It would flow a little easier. I mean, he is fun, but he's also kind of an asshole, at least for a while. Yeah, that exactly is the first episode. Which hand is designed to hold this thing? That looks like the right hand. Specifically the right hand. Is this it? How does this work? How do you hold this? What is the box? Where is the box? Okay. I see how they have you doing it. I'll have you do it like... that, perhaps? So you can kind of be holding it like this in one hand, and then maybe have the book in the other hand. Oh yeah, let's go with that. Really don't like how hard you have to pull to get those out of there. Should get some model lubricant or something. Whoa, whoa. Come back here. Need a hand, Demona. Come on. She's extremely well sculpted, but gosh, does she ever feel fragile? Okay. Again, like if you want her wings on her, she can only have the one pose. It would have been nice to have like just a cloak of the wings that you can just kind of on top of her, because often in the show, you know, they would sort of wrap the wings around in front of them like a cloak. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, that's a good image. So, like... Huh. It's like somebody's rendering, almost. Interesting. Okay. But it would, Often like this. Like they would wrap the wings kind of down and over in front of them. And kind of clasp them together, kind of cover themselves. So that's kind of what I was hoping for with this, but that is not the case, unfortunately. Okay. Remember her feet being this big either. Get feet. Okay. Here, let's for the uninitiated, hang on. See if we can.
Streets in a day. Be out of jail and back on the streets. What would you do? Capture him for human justice? He'd be out of jail and back on the streets in a day. They can't share their own homes without fighting. And you think they will share this world with us? Arms?
No.
They hold each other's lives completely without worth. Do you really think they would accept us with open arms?
No.
And this is not the worst of it. We must make Goliath see the truth. Humanity will never trust or accept us.
But not all humans are like that. Elisa is our friend.
Perhaps the policewoman is the exception that proves the rule. But can she keep you safe from the rest of humanity? Only we can protect each other, Brooklyn. We must be united and strong, and willing to deal with the humans as they would deal with us. Goliath thinks we can hide in their midst like mice and hope for their understanding. This is not possible. Remember what happened to Goliath and Lexington? They were hunted like animals because Lexington trusted the pack.
How did you know?
If you think I'm wrong, then show yourself to them.
So that's kind of who we're dealing with here. Manipulative, distrustful, and honestly, her like big self-sabotage streak. That's the kind of lady we're dealing with here. And if you didn't go along with her, if you didn't agree with her completely, if you weren't on board 100%, then you were her enemy. And she would do everything in her power to destroy you. And she turned on both friend and foe alike. Any chance she even felt mildly uncomfortable. That wing is just not going to stay now, is it? I'm going to have to prop it up with something. There's still a lot of good, quote-unquote, children's cartoons out there. I would argue, like, the Owl House is an excellent cartoon that was made within the last 5 or 6 years. I mean, Disney decided to be a shit fuck about it, but yeah, Owl House exists. It's true. And I haven't seen it I haven't seen it myself, but I've heard good things about Amphibia. Bluey exists as well, and I mean that's geared towards kids, but kids and adults seem to like it. Yeah. So there's plenty of decent kids animation out there. I wouldn't despair about that. I do miss Saturday morning cartoons being a thing for kids, though. Like that was something I think like that young people needed. It was like a day that was just for them, a morning at least. But they don't even get that anymore. That makes me sound really old, though. Back in my day, we watched cartoons in the Saturday mornings, and we liked it. Okay, one moment. I'm gonna throw away all the sprue and grab a Ziploc bag. Okay. All right. So yeah. There are some videos on YouTube where people have compiled Saturday morning cartoon collections. Like the entire broadcast, like on video, has been just uploaded. Commercials and all. So if you ever want a hit of nostalgia, I think those are available. You can remember it even though he does, so you don't have to. Yeah. So I think I've completed the stream. I've painted the picture. We've talked about gargoyles and bisexuality. I'd say that's a complete stream. Whoop. Knock the book out of her hand. It'll sit in there. It'll sit in there again, won't it? It will, won't it? Please sit in there again. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. He's ready to unleash who knows what. I was pretty young too. Back in the 80s. Back in the 80s. I used to watch Silverhawks, Thundercats, the real Ghostbusters, Inspector Gadget, yeah, Garfield and Friends, yeah. All good ones. There was also Mask, which was about like imagine Power Rangers, but like they can just take their mask and like put it on and take it off, and it gives them like powers. And their cars transform into other vehicles. And then there was, I was thinking about it the other day, the Bionic Six, which was like during the 80s, like multicultural superhero team phase, which honestly we could use a little more of that these days. Lots of good stuff. Well, thank you, all of you, for coming out tonight. That's the wrong thing. There we go. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you all. Leviathan, thank you for the chat. I hope you had a good lurk. Maxine, thank you for your perpetual support. You are truly a good friend. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Thanks for coming by. I'll be back on Friday. Probably, well, definitely with Final Fantasy VI, but maybe something else. I haven't decided yet. There's lots of cool demos out right now, so sometimes I like to start with a demo and then go to Final Fantasy VI. But I might just jump straight in because we're in the second half of the game and there's plenty to do. Let me move my keyboard. It's supposed to go. Thank you all so much for coming by. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on Friday. Bye-bye.